20,000 fans are expected. We start things off with heavyweights, Mario Cawley and Jean-Francois Bergeron. Jean-Francois Bergeron is 29 years of age, 227.5 pounds, 15-0 with 11 knockouts as a pro. He was a member of the 1996 Canadian Olympic team in the super heavyweight division. His last 5 opponents have a win percentage of 67%. Weight's a little bit of a factor. Bergeron is almost 10 pounds heavier than he was on May the 31st when he knocked out Derek Brown. And his opponent is Mario Cawley, 31 years of age, from Chicago, Illinois. 22-8 with 16 knockouts. He's 1-8 with 6 knockout losses in his last 9. And he's been knocked out by Monty Barrett, James Walton, Lamont Brewster, John Ruiz, and Lawrence Clay Bay. He's had 1 fight in the last 21 months. His last real win was December of 1997 when he knocked out Jerry Haynes. That 1 win in his last 9 was by DQ. Quebec boxing rules: 3 knockdown rule, no standing 8 count. Fighter can be saved with the bell in the final round only. Accidental foul, they'll go to the scorecards after the start of the 5th round. The referee is Jerry Bowen, and we are underway. Bergeron in the red is the southpaw, Cawley in the black trunks from Chicago.
You mentioned Cawley losing 8 of his last 9, 6 by knockout, to 1 win, the DQ win over Danny Wolford. Just for the people listening, Danny Wolford has over 90 losses. Cawley started out 21-0. But all those fights in Illinois and Tennessee, Bob, soft commission. You can build a record. First fight outside those states, well, that's when it started. That's when he was knocked out. Then he wound up being knocked out 5 consecutive times.
And the hits just kept coming.
The hits kept on coming.
Straight left hand there from Bergeron.
Those aren't enough problems we've documented for Cawley. He's had inactivity before his last fight. He was off 1.5 years and 4 years of total inactivity before that in his career.
So we'll see what Bergeron can do against the opponent, Cawley. Straight left hand. Ankle grab there by Cawley. That's a knockdown.
I don't think he's going to score the knockdown, but I believe that a left hand landed, and it should have been a knockdown. But it's not going to matter. The effect of the punch is all that's going to matter. And I believe it's going to wind up where Bergeron is going to do what a lot of other people have done to Cawley. Get him out of there. Anytime Cawley has fought anyone with any promise, Bob, he's been knocked out. We will see tonight if Bergeron has promise. If Bergeron's going to be a player in the heavyweight division, he will probably have to do what all the other heavyweights who were in the same position the time they fought Cawley did. Score a knockout.
Bergeron was a 1996 Olympian. His pro career has been a bit stagnant. He's had surgery on both of his elbows. Final seconds of the first round. Cawley has been down once. And Bergeron scoring at will here in this first of 10.
Bergeron being left alone to just plod his way in. Push with the jab. No counters coming over that right southpaw jab. And then when he wants, he's able to just shoot that left hand and catch Cawley right there in front of him.
Easy first round for Jean Bergeron. ESPN2's Friday Night Fights is presented by Miller High Life. To live simply, proudly, boldly, manly, this is the High Life. And in part by Circuit City. We know how you feel. That's why we're here. Circuit City, we're with you. Glad you can join us from Montreal. Bob Papa along with Teddy Atlas for ESPN2's Friday Night Fights. And No, don't go to the refrigerator too quickly in this fight, because Bergeron, all he has to do is land that straight left hand, and Cawley is going to go down, isn't he?
Which he's already landed. As far as we could have seen with that knockdown, we felt it was a knockdown. Here you're going to see the replay of it. It wasn't counted as a knockdown. The referee cleaned the gloves and just let them continue, but it looked right there that the right hand set up a straight left hand that did affect Cawley. Hey, I said it before. If Bergeron is going to be a player in this division, it's not a matter of whether or not he knocks out Cawley, it's when. The quicker he does, the higher his stock goes up. The longer it takes him, the lower the stock stays.
All right. Let's see where the Bergeron stock is as we start round number 2. Take a look at some numbers from round 1. And you see a huge edge for Bergeron.
Maybe Bergeron taking Cawley a little lightly. Who could blame him looking at his recent record? Bergeron is 9.5 pounds heavier than his last fight 3 months ago. And this is his heaviest weight in over 3 years for Bergeron. So far, doesn't look like it will matter. We will see. So far, it looks like Cawley is there physically, but not spiritually, not mentally. Doesn't act like he wants to fight.
Looks like he wants to play a little football, not tackle.
Every time Bergeron gets into a threatening position and closes that gap, Cawley falls in. What you just alluded to. Looks to fall in close to Bergeron. Looks to grab Bergeron, smother Bergeron. It's up to Bergeron to make the adjustment and catch Cawley with an uppercut, like he just tried there as Cawley falls forward. It's not a matter of just throwing punches if you're going to be effective as a fighter. It's throwing the right punches at the right time. Every time Bergeron starts to close the door down on Cawley, as he gets close, so far Cawley has leaned forward like that. That is where Bergeron, if he's going anywhere in this division, must make an adjustment on time and throw that uppercut. Now Cawley falling in.
So I get the feeling that Cawley has very little designs in trying to win the fight. He just doesn't want to get knocked out.
Exactly. But once again, we're here to see whether or not the 15-0 Bergeron is going to be a player in the heavyweight game. We want to see how he can make the adjustments to get rid of Cawley.
As any military man worth his salt will tell you, the choice of artillery will vary from operation to operation. Consider a daylight maneuver with a strong civilian presence. Here you'll find the manual calls for a lighter ordnance. Mission accomplished. Sometimes the light way is the right way to live the high life.
Express pickup. Wow, what a time saver, Ted. I mean, order stuff online, pick it up right away, and you're gone. Honey, you could have waited in the car. It's like we're barely even in the store. Isn't Express pickup great?
No. Save time if you want to. Express pickup. Order online, pick up right away. Or we'll ship to you. Circuit City. We're with you.
Can I leave my...
I'll get it.
Oh, here they are.
31-year-old Mario Cawley doing a lot of tackling through the first 2 rounds. According to our eyes, he was dropped in the first round, although it wasn't ruled a knockdown. Against Jean Bergeron. Bob Papa, Teddy Atlas, ringside in Montreal. Friday Night Fights presented by Miller High Life. This is a 10-round heavyweight bout. Cawley has been knocked out 6 times in his last 9. And numbers heavily weighted in Bergeron's favor.
Cawley trying a little bit more this third round than he did the first 2 rounds. Coming out there and actually letting punches go. I think what's happening here, and has happened, in my opinion so far, Bob, is early on Cawley was ready to kind of bite dust. He was looking like a guy who did not want to be in that ring at all. But Bergeron not hitting the right notes, not taking advantage of the condition Cawley was in mentally early on. And now that 2 rounds have passed, Cawley starting to get a little tiny bit of confidence, saying, you know what? This guy's not as good as I thought he was. Maybe I can hang in a little bit. But still the flaws are there. And they are wide flaws. Very graphic. Look at the way Cawley will fall forward, grasp at the air, trying to smother Bergeron. All Bergeron has to do is throw an uppercut at the right time. And bye-bye Cawley. See, this is the moment of reckoning right here. As Bergeron starts to close that door, closes the gap, Cawley will fall forward like that and grab. Now it's up to Bergeron not to be there to be grabbed. Either throw the uppercut at the right time or take a little step back, Bob. Bergeron would take a little step back, Cawley would grab air and leave himself wide open, hanging like a piece of laundry on a clothesline. Cawley could let that uppercut go, and we could get on to the next fight. But we said it early on. If Bergeron is going to want to be respected as a serious player in this division, he will have to do, I believe, what the other heavyweights have done. They were in the same position when they fought Cawley. Not win a decision, win a knockout. There's the falling in.
There's the clutching and grabbing. End of the third round, scheduled for 10.
You have the ultimate power to look better, to be stronger, to redefine your body and yourself. Introducing the Bowflex Ultimate. Quite possibly the best home fitness machine ever made. In as little as 20 minutes a day, 3 times a week, you can get real results that can change your entire body. With over 90 health club quality exercises and up to 410 pounds of resistance, it's like having an entire gym in your home. Bowflex is so effective that we guarantee you'll get the results you want in 6 weeks or less. Own the new Bowflex Ultimate with no money down and monthly payments lower than many health club dues. Call and ask for a free video and brochure, and check out the entire Bowflex lineup, or visit us on the web at bowflexultimate.com today. The new Bowflex for ultimate results.
Welcome back to the Bell Center in Montreal, Canada. Bob Papa, Teddy Atlas. Friday Night Fights presented by Miller High Life. Jean Bergeron and Mario Cawley. Cawley appeared to go down in round 1. It wasn't ruled a knockdown, although it's definitely a left hand that put Cawley down. Punch numbers through 3, lopsided for Bergeron. Bergeron is 15-0 with 11 knockouts. Former Canadian Olympian. Cawley a deceiving 22-8 record, because in his last 9 he's lost 8 times and he's been knocked out 6, and he takes one to the head and goes down.
Cawley, right now, Cawley looking to verify what we were touching on early, like he doesn't want to be in that ring.
No, he waits till 9.
He did not want to be there. And now, I'll be careful about it. I understand it was not me getting hit, but I've been around this business a long time. I will take a risk of saying that that was not a significant punch.
Absolutely not. And Cawley was right in front of us as he was laying there.
I'd like to see a commission right now come forward, Bob, and say, you know what? We're going to hold the purse up a little bit, guy. We're going to look at videotape. We're going to hold up the purse a little bit, because we don't want these things happening in the future.
Well, He was laying right in front of us. He was fine, and he was watching the referee count. And then he did that cursory get up at 9.5, and then argued, why'd you stop it?
And on top of that, early on in the fight, he was acting like a guy that was looking for any other place to be other than here. Well, the uppercut started to come into play, which was open all night long because Cawley was leaning forward. There you saw not a hard uppercut, not a real clean uppercut by Bergeron. We'll watch it again. Bergeron not worrying about anything coming back at him. Pretty good left uppercut there, which was open all night long with Cawley leaning forward. Cawley falls forward again. A glazing at best, glazing left uppercut. And down goes Cawley, and as you said, his ears were working well. Once he heard 9 and 10, he was up.
So Bergeron gets his 16th win and 12th knockout, for whatever that's worth. And Cawley gets knocked out for the 7th time in his last 10. Here's Brian and Max.
You know, you notice Teddy is reticent to criticize the guy because you hate to dog out a guy that goes down like that, because you could get a shot that doesn't look like much. It could be something.
In any sport, sometimes you're overmatched. And